It's Briscoe against Hall, the head-to-head in the 5 jersey on either side tonight. Head-to-head in round 2 of the Engage Super League. It's the black and whites of Hull FC against Leeds Rhinos. But at the Casey Stadium, and Leeds have enjoyed this place over the past 8 years. They've won 8 of 10 visits in that time, including each of the last 4. The black and whites hope that tonight will not be the night. This is their team. Let's run through it quickly for you. Whiting, Sharp, Manu in the centres alongside Yeeman, and the number 5, Tom Briscoe. It's Jordan Turner and Sean Long. And the forwards, Mark O'Mealy, Danny Houghton, Lee Radford. Joe Westerman making his first start in the colours of Hull FC since his transfer from Castleford. Danny Tickle and Craig Fitzgibbon skippers the team. And on the bench, Danny Washbrook, Ebelham Ilawaki, Sam Moa and Sam Obst. The coach is Richard Agar. For the Leeds Rhinos, it's Brent Webb at full-back. Then they have the 2 exciting youngsters, Ben Jones, Bishop and Callum Watkins. Keith Senior partners Ryan Hall. Kevin Sinfield continues for the injured Danny Maguire. Rob Burrow is the scrum half. And up front, they have Kylie Luluwai, Danny Badiras, and this week Luke Burgess at prop forward. Jamie Jones-Buchanan, Brett Delaney in the second row. Carl Ablett is the loose forward. It's Lee Smith, Ian Kirk, new signing Wella Huraki, and Chris Clarkson on the bench for the Leeds Rhinos coach, Brian McDermott. Well, I don't know what you're making of this brand new Leeds Rhinos jersey for their away fixtures in 2011. You can certainly see it from a distance, that's for sure. But the Leeds Rhinos, they were 10-28 down to Bradford with 18 minutes to go in Cardiff. They came back from the dead to maintain a 100% record from 5 fixtures at the Magic Weekend in both Cardiff and Edinburgh over the years. Now then, 14-0 up with 14 minutes gone against Hull Kingston Rovers in Cardiff. The black and whites lost to their neighbours for the 3rd time in 5 years at Millennium Magic. For this first home game of 2011, well, they hope that they will continue their recent pattern. They've won impressively each of the last 2 years in their first home match. 14-6 against Huddersfield last year, and 10-18, or 18-10 rather, against Wigan in 2009. The crowd certainly here to watch the likes of Craig Fitzgibbon. A great goal kicker in his time, but only 8 he managed last year. And Craig Fitzgibbon leading from the front in 2011. Now then, before the match gets underway here at the KC Stadium tonight, the fans of Hull FC are going to be asked to sing their anthem in this part of the world, Old Faithful, in honour of David Kirkwood. Now, unfortunately, in the close season, there was the sad news of the passing of the club president, David Kirkwood, here at Hull. He was born in 1928, and he started to go and watch the black and whites with his uncle. After the war, he was a regular at the Boulevard, and along with Hull FC, he enjoyed great success, especially in the late 50s. He became close friends with Johnny Whiteley, another legendary figure up here, and that was a friendship that lasted the rest of his life. He became very much involved in the club. He was involved in all sorts of things. He was instrumental with others in setting up the Vice Presidents Association, who helped finance moves for such great players of the Hull past as Steve Knocker Norton. Well, he joined the board of directors, and several times he flew to Australia to sign players for the black and whites. He became chairman and was proud to be in that position when the club won the Premiership in 1991, and he was later asked to become the president of this famous club. It was a post that he held proudly until his passing. And in honour of David Kirkwood, the crowd here tonight are going to be asked to give a rendition of the famous Old Faithful anthem that the fans here sing. So, for David Kirkwood, the fans of Hull FC will stand and they will sing this famous song.
For the exceptional work that you carried out on behalf of the club, the Kirkwood family have asked for the Hull FC fans present tonight to sing Old Faithful in his memory as loud as you can. Thank you.
Old Faithful in honour of a great servant to this club, a great servant to the game, David Kirkwood. Richard Silverwood is the man in the middle tonight. They're about to get their 2011 home season up and running at the KC Stadium. Fireworks crackling overhead, and beneath, well, Leeds and Hull, a tremendous game, Steve-O.
Looking forward to it, of course. The fireworks, and Hull will want that same spark that got them to that 14-0 lead last week in Cardiff. The Leeds Rhinos, of course, they got off to a very slow start indeed, and their new coach, Brian McDermott, will have them fired up for this one.
It's the Black and Whites who have first use of the football. Danny Houghton was the dummy half. He got the ball away to Danny Tickle. What do you make of this new Leeds Rhinos strip, Steve-O? It's attractive or what?
Yeah.
Brian McDermott, the Leeds Rhinos coach, and here's Marco Mealy. That's good defensive work on Marco Mealy's run. Kylie Lulawine, Jamie Jones-Buchanan in. Now Craig Fitzgibbon, used as a defensive battering ram last week, as Steve-O rightly said. And not the sort of man you'd expect to put in over 40-odd tackles, but that's what he had to do. And the ball goes up off the feet of Jordan Turner. It's a high-hanging kick. This might have snow on it.
Not a bad
they've managed
one as
to
well.
get the ball back, but Rob Burrow has dropped on it, and he diffuses the situation for the Leeds Rhinos.
Not a bad option, though. Even though it was applied under pressure, it was a good high kick from Jordan Turner, who impressed me last week. And of course, the combination with the experienced Sean Long is going to play a key factor in the Black and White success this year. But they have to realise, and their coach Richard Agard is fully aware of it, this game goes for 80 minutes, not for 14, and that's about all they played last week.
Here goes Jamie Jones-Buchanan again for the Rhinos. Oh, he slipped the pass. It came off for him too. Ablett finds Burrow. Burrow finds Senior. Senior's got Webb on the inside. First try to the Rhinos. Scintillating move down this left-hand side. And Brent Webb over for his first try of the campaign. He failed to score in a Magic Weekend game for the first time last week. Didn't take him long to put the record straight. Brent Webb, the New Zealand international, he's gone over for the first try here at the KC Stadium, and Leeds are ahead by 4 points to 0.
Scintillating three-quarter play as well. The combination of back on the inside when the break comes from Keith Senior. It's the offload here. Jamie Jones-Buchanan, he did go backwards. Burrow through the dummy. You can see just sucked in the winger. And as all great fullbacks should be, on the inside when a break is being made.
Got the minute.
He just caught them out here. You could see 3 in attendance. And once it was offloaded by Jones-Buchanan, Senior with heaps of room. Beautiful pass on the inside. Great try.
Outstanding try from Brent Webb. 2 tries here in the cup win against Hull last May. 14 tries last year. It was his lowest return. Well, he's up and running here in week 2. And now Kevin Sinfield to try and add the extras. Sinfield 4 from 7 in Cardiff. 1 from Ron here tonight. And the Rhinos are ahead by 6 points to 0. It's not the start that Hull FC were looking for.
One of the reasons, though, why Leeds are so popular with neutral viewers on Sky is the willingness to pass the ball, to keep it alive, and I think we find that very entertaining style of rugby. Jamie Jones-Buchanan, with 3 defenders around him, early in the tackle, with his first touch of the ball, was still willing to keep the ball alive, and it's created the space for his team and the speed outside to score the first points.
Yestin Harris is with us, as I say, the new Crusaders coach, former Leeds skipper. They took the chance on the offload, Yestin, it came off for them.
Yeah, exceptional play, as Phil says, prepared to offload with three in the tackle, and their opportunities offloads. That's what the game's about now. He's keeping the ball alive and creating opportunities in that second phase of play. Could you see yourself playing in these colours, Justin, in your Leeds career? Well, apparently it's a very, very good seller, and I think that's what Gary Hetherington's bothered about with Leeds Club. But yeah, it's certainly eye-catching, isn't it? It certainly is, and the players stand out, they really do. So there's no excuse if ball goes to the wrong jersey or goes to ground off the hands. Phil Clark is our fashion guru.
Well, I'm colourblind, Eddie, so I think that looks okay. It's green and blue, isn't it?
Up it goes. It's well diffused there by Richard Whiting, the stand-in full-back for the Black and Whites. And here is Will Sharp once again. Long has dropped in to dummy half. Ball is fed infield. Radford gets a good offload away, finds Danny Houghton. He'll turn, gets the ball away to Mark O'Mealy. Houghton in at dummy half will come down this right-hand channel for the Black and Whites into the considerable flame of Ablett and Keith Senior.
Good play by the hooker, Houghton. They needed to get something going, but what a great tackle that is.
Kylie Luluwai measured up Craig Fitzgibbon and simply put him on his backside. Long with the kick, this time over the top of Webb. Bounces very high on a solid surface, and Ryan Hall will run this ball back for the Leeds Rhinos.
Well, it's obvious that the new Leeds coach, Brian McDermott, has been watching the videotape. This is the hit from Luluwai. Kylie would have enjoyed that. I'm not so sure about Fitzgibbon, but the fact is that Hull made so much ground in and around the ruck area in that opening 14 minutes when they were scintillating against the Rovers, and he's obviously done his homework as McDermott, because they've tightened up. Ooh, nearly an offload by the fullback Webb.
Yes, thought the better of it, gets to his feet, plays the ball. Burrow scampers away. It was Burrow who sparked the Rhinos into life. And St Helens ahead, 6-0 at Salford as Badiris makes the break here. Webb is trailing inside him. He hacks the ball forward. Webb is chasing, and to the rescue comes Tom Briscoe, and he just hacks the ball dead. Goal line dropout coming up. Leeds on fire.
How dangerous can this fella be, Danny Badiris, the Australian, had the common sense to realise that there was no one close to him in support. He looks and finds that there's going someone there, and he knows perhaps that Webb has got the legs. And it's a good job that they got back enamoured, and Tom Briscoe comes to the rescue. They're on fire and under pressure of the Black and Whites. They need possession.
Tom Briscoe operating in the centres last week, his first time there since August 2009, playing on the wing here this evening. And on the end of that goal line dropout was Ben Jones-Bishop, but it's Delaney operating in the second row tonight. It's a place where many believe his future lies for Leeds. Obviously, one of them is Brian McDermott. That's a good ball from Sinfield to Senior. Here is Webb. Webb is tackled just short.
Tremendous
and Whiting
work.
could have been penalised for that. However,
that was tremendous by Richard Whiting. Looked all the world that Webb was in for try number 2 tonight.
Senior trying to go through 2 of them. Sharp and Tickle muscling up in defence. Now Burrow on the last change of direction, gets the kick in, almost finds Richard Silverwood. Sinfield was after it. The referee will hand this upstairs to the video referee.
It's no try. He just couldn't get the hand to it, and when he does, it's over the dead ball line.
You've got good eyes, Mike.
But the idea, yep, watch this, right on the line. Thank you. But look at the little kick from Rob Burrow. He was the man that instigated the fight back last week in Cardiff. This will be confirmation that my eyes aren't as bad as what I even think. Knock on anyway. Maybe I do get to the optician.
I think you better make an appointment Monday morning, Michael.
Talking about a point, you've got to give some points to Richard Whiting here. Try saving is equally as important as try scoring, and he's denied Brent Webb. I think he did enough here to make it hard as Webb's carried from the field.
Oh, here's a problem for Leeds. Brent Webb is being helped off the field, Bill.
Yeah, it's a knee problem he picked up when he was denied that try a moment ago, and Brent Webb straight down the tunnel with the club's medical team in a lot of pain, so that has taken the shine off this start for the Rhinos. Webb a try scorer, but now on his way to the dressing room.
And Ben Jones-Bishop moves to full back, not Lee Smith. This is where he's injured. It's a tremendous tackle from Whiting. Picked up a bang there. Went very close. Oh, lost the ball again, the Black and Whites. Senior swoops on it, and here now goes Luke Burgess.
Well, I can't believe that Danny Tickle has tried to offload in an impossible position at a time when the Black and Whites needed possession. They've had no chance to get down the field and apply the pressure to the Rhinos.
Hold, lads, hold.
So Delaney to his feet, Leeds in a great position again with Luluwai. Gets the ball away to Callum Watkins. He is wrestled to the ground. And it's stolen. It was stolen one-on-one. That was great work by Kierkeeman there.
Just to be a little bit lax by the youngster Callum Watkins. Got to make sure you hang on to the football. To be fair, it was a dodgy one. And he pinched it, had no control whatsoever. Good work by Richard Silverwood. So early in the season, but I'm praising referees. I thought Silverwood last week down in Cardiff was nothing short of superb.
9 minutes on the clock. Leeds are ahead 6 points to 0. Richard Silverwood barking out his instructions to the players at every tackle. Houghton will go down the line trying to get it over the head of Ben Jones-Bishop. Instead, straight into his arms. Ben Jones-Bishop then fires the pass to Ryan Hall, who takes on Will Sharp.
Great upper body strength there by Ryan Hall. But it just indicated that the black and white struggled to get anywhere near the halfway line. And when it came to the kick, look, after just one play of the ball, you'll find that Leeds are nearly in the opposition half.
Richard Agar knows that his men need a victory here tonight. They won just one of the last 4 home games last year. Indeed, it was in that run was a 14-18 reverse against Leeds here last September. And that ball comes out, and Hull have got it back. Delaney lost it. Yeaman has it back for Hull.
Delaney did all the hard work. It was certainly reefed out, but as soon as Delaney touched it again, it was play on. Much better from the black and whites. They've got to just settle down slightly. They're panicking.
Well, they started in blistering fashion last week, and they haven't started quite so quickly here tonight, but you get the feeling that Hull now just getting to the pace of this game. As Radford drives it up the middle, offloads brilliantly. That's a good ball. Oh, and he was so close to getting away there. Was Whiting. Burgess over the top. The Hull fans screaming for a penalty, not coming. Long will attack the line.
He wants to get on with it. It's got to be a penalty. Lulawi's all over him.
Last tackle here. Jordan Turner dabs it through. Ben Jones-Bishop to the rescue for Leeds, and he will begin the counter deep inside his own territory.
I know that Leeds have lost Brent Webb, but when you've got a character and a wonderful player like Ben Jones-Bishop, that's his favourite position, is full-back. So Brian McDermott, the new Leeds coach, he won't be worried about the young kid handling it. Though he's lost that ball, and it should be a knock-on. It is.
St Helens leading 12-0 at Salford. City Reds in a spot of bother. Leeds here get the head and feet at the scrum. It's deemed that Tickle has knocked on as he reefs this ball away.
And he's right.
And he has.
Yeah. I know it's early in the season, Eddie, but praise for the whistleblowers? Whew.
Well, I think that's fair enough. I think if they have a good game, they should be praised.
True.
Just like the players.
True.
6-0 here. Leeds Rhinos ahead. It's Jamie Jones Buchanan. I think Bill said in commentary last week when he was doing Leeds, too many hyphenated names in this Leeds Rhinos side.
Does that mean double-barreled?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Move, Danny! Hold! Go!
Badiris and Ablett will take it forward.
Look to touch forward there. That was the operative word.
Not square, Danny Tickle.
Sinfield.
Oh, great chance. He's saying it came off the chest.
Back for a knock-on.
Said he came off his chest. Was it? Oh, you got to classify that as a knock-on, though. Not the best, though. The skipper, Kevin Sinfield. Now then, this is the one that I thought was, oh, it's 50-50, 50-50, yeah. Pretty difficult for the official to see that.
But you can pass the ball level, can't you? The rules say you can't pass it forward, so as long as it doesn't go forwards, it's okay.
And that didn't, so this is why Leeds are in possession from the scrum after the knock-on by Long. Now it's Ryan Hall.
I haven't seen either side, Leeds utilise the high kick. Will it come after this?
Jamie Jones Buchanan. Badiris at dummy half. Ablett was the runner. Sinfield receives. Ball goes into the arms of Delaney, trying to use his leg strength to power over the line.
Good hit by Jordan Turner. Had to be as well. Delaney was on the way.
And again, Leeds threaten, but there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there to bring Badiris back. This is the last tackle. It's with Burrow. He changes the direction one way, then goes back the other. That bounces off a chest again. The referee says not played at this time, so play on. Hull in possession.
not the best option. And you could see quite clearly that Jordan Turner pulled the arms away, hit him on the chest.
Good run from Briscoe.
He's the man that can
the
turn
ball.
it.
Will Shah.
Leeds player down injured.
Another one. I think it's Delaney. It's a penalty here. Leeds trying to slow the play down because they know that they were one man short.
And we've just seen the value.
The game here, Phil.
Is the interference, isn't it, in the play of the ball? Very often when the opposition get one quick play of the ball, they'll get a second. Tom Briscoe's run here has set up this whole thing. It's a game-changing moment what he did there. The quick play of the ball to break through the line. Will Sharp's now been awarded a penalty. And Hull have gone from one end of the field to the other and have a chance to excite their fans.
Salford back in the hunt, 6-12 against the Saints. Points aplenty there. Here, 6-0, Leeds lead, but Hull threatening the line for the first time, really, with Westerman here. Joe Westerman is forced to the ground. Luke Burgess with the tackle. Here is Marco Mealy. It's a try for Hull. Barnstorming run from the Australian prop forward, Marco Mealy. He lost to Leeds Rhinos 3 times in his first year at Hull in 2010. But he's put them on the board here after they took the early punch from the Rhinos at the KC Stadium. And Marco Mealy, the man who made the most metres for his side last year, showing great strength then when he hit the ball, and a great try.
They were rewarded for playing the ball quickly, but you see the penalty coming for it, and it put them in a great position. Didn't like the idea, did he, Kevin Sinfield, but he was spot on. What a great run. Neat little pass from Danny Hout, and the prop forward did the rest. Pretty hard to stop. Bang, get out of the way.
So Leeds concede the try. O'Mealy scores it for the Black and Whites. Exactly what they needed here, just to lift the spirits. They were on the back foot, but gradually over the past 5-10 minutes maybe, Hull have got themselves into this match again. And Leeds now behind their own posts as Danny Tickle lines up this conversion attempt, which will level the scores here on this chilly night in the city of Kingston upon Hull. 6 apiece it is.
And fully deserved, but you've got to ask the question, was it smart play by Kevin Sinfield to give away that penalty? It allowed Hull to just settle down, have one drive, and then bring the prop forward over. He would have enjoyed that. All square, we've got a game when it looked at one point as though Leeds were going to run away with it.
Yeah, even though Hull have just scored to bring it back to 6-all, they'll still be extremely concerned because the ease in which Leeds are coming out of yardage and getting into the Hull opposition 20-25 metre line, because when they're up there, they're extremely dangerous.
They're up there now, Leeds, but they're having to defend, and Brent Webb is sitting on the sideline. Bill, what's the news?
Well, for a moment it looked encouraging, Eddie, as Brent Webb emerged from the dressing room with the knee heavily strapped. The word is that he actually got a cut on the inside of the knee when he went in for that tackle, a nasty cut. He's also got a very heavy bang on it. He's just had a run up and down the sidelines while Hull were lining up that conversion, and he returned from that looking pretty disconsolate. Has had a word with the medical team. He's still in a lot of discomfort. He doesn't look particularly happy. They don't look happy. Whether he returns is something they're going to have to work on.
That's a tremendous kick. That's a fantastic kick into the in goal early. It was off the left boot of Sean Long, I think, and it was Lee Smith who brought it forward.
Tremendous kick, and it's something that the Black and Whites needed. It was woeful, even though they went into that 14-0 lead last week in Cardiff. Their kicking game was poor, and look at that defence. Listen to this crowd. They're running hot at the moment.
Yes, they're getting stuck in now on the Black and Whites. That's a good ball wide though, and Senior manages to hang on. And Sharp hangs on to him. Oh, that was risky. Sinfield with the possession. Bounces off Danny Tickle.
Shoulder charge there. Never made any attempt, I feel. Oh, that's got to be
obstruction. He ran round the back of 2 then.
You can't do that.
Go around 2 blocks there.
Well, why on earth is all of a sudden in this side, they've lost Brent Webb, and now they've gone into panic mode. That was a hit by Danny Tickle, and boy, it was a beauty. No doubt about it. There's the Shepherd. Well picked up by the official. What, me? Not happy.
And even though they have a goal kicker of Danny Tickle's quality, Rob Burrow, the man penalised for running behind two of his own players, they spurn the opportunity for two. Hull, they go for the throat. They fancy six, and why shouldn't they? The way the pendulum of this game has swung their way. Long's kick, though, is charged down. Oh, was it knocked on? No! The referee was very close, and he gave Danny Badeiras the benefit of the doubt.
Well, it's very adventurous when you start going for a kick like this after only two play the ball. You've got to have a lot of confidence. OK, they're on the roll, but I'm not so sure that Richard Agar will be happy with that suggestion.
Offside here. Not standing square. The black and whites markers. Richard Agar watching from on high.
Yeah, quite a few of them went early. And I think you'll find that Sean Long, it isn't Long. Yeah, it is. He didn't make any attempt to get back to 10.
Well, they weren't standing square. They were all in front of the referee like a dog's hind leg. He decided to penalise them for not standing square. Here comes Keith Senior again, fed by Jones Buchanan.
They could pay a heavy price, you know, the black and whites, having kicking early. Coughed up the possession.
Burrow, a jinking typically of him. This is Jamie Jones Buchanan. Now, has he got it down? I think this is a... No, I was going to say, I think this is a decision for Ian Smith coming up. Video referee. Richard Silverwood makes his own mind up.
Well, I'm glad that this has not been given a try. He is held up, but that was the forward pass. No doubt in my mind, and you ask any black and white supporter, they'll tell you the same.
Desperate defence here from Jordan Turner. Quick play the ball. Sinfield. Numbers will beat him. 1 into 3 will not go.
Keep your eye on Jamie Jones Buchanan. No, they've gone on the blind side.
With Ablett. And Ablett spinning, and he's lost the ball over the line. Or he thought he was over the line. Leeds are appealing that perhaps there was a ball steal here with more than one man in attendance in the tackle.
No, I think you'll find that the Leeds player is trying to have a go at it. Ablett just reaches out, loses it, knock on. No advantage, that's the reason why the scrum goes down. He knows how close they were.
Well, he'll be frustrated by some of the work that Richard Whiting's doing at the back for Hull. In my reckoning, in 20 minutes, he's saved 3 Leeds tries with his work in the in-goal area. There used to be a day in rugby league where if you got over the try line, it was 4 points. That's no longer the case, such as the improvement in defence and the awareness to prevent your opponents from grounding the ball. And Richard Whiting has been excellent to start this game at the back.
Remarkable, really, when you think that he would not have been full-back had Jordan Tansey not transgressed and been sent out the door.
Well, I do think he is the most versatile player. I think that probably loose forward might be his best position if he was ever given a chance to play there for a season, but he really can do whatever the coach asks him to do.
Big Sam Moore tries to get away from Watkins and company. Delaney was there. This is Houghton with the kick. Ball stands up nicely for Ryan Hall.
Good chase as well. Not only just 1 or 2. On that left-hand side, they followed up. Made the umbrella defence. Got to keep them out of the opposition half now. It's important that they apply that defensive pressure.
Ben Jones-Bishop gets to his feet, plays it to Badeiras, who gives it to Biggie and Kirk.
Oh, big hit from Tickle.
Hold.
On halfway, Leeds Rhinos with Badeiras to Sinfield. Now, Luke Burgess.
4. Move, Danny. Hold. Go.
Burrow again, trying to jink inside them.
Move.
Ben Jones-Bishop was the runner on his shoulder. Ball never came.
He was looking for an inside runner as well, Eddie. Oh, that's a beautiful kick.
Great chip. And well diffused over on that far side by Yeaman. He was last man in attendance there, and he managed to come up with the possession.
2. Move. Hold.
And Webb trying to run this injury off.
I don't think he's... I think he's shaking the head and saying, no, I'm sorry. It just does not feel right. Well, both sides are panicking. You'd think this was a sudden death playoff.
Well, it probably has that sort of feeling for the black and whites. Remember, they were beaten at the end of last year by Hull KR. They've started this year off with a beating by Hull KR. Now they're taking on the Leeds Rhinos. They're desperate for a success. And here's Fitzgibbon. Last tackle, they're right on the halfway line, Hull. Houghton swings the ball to Jordan Turner. Turner's kick is not the best, although it skips off the turf, and Lee Smith deals with it quite competently in the end.
Surrender! Stand up!
The lead skipper, Kevin Sinfield, at dummy half. Gives it then to Callum Watkins.
Held! Release him!
Referee shouts held. They have to release him. They do.
Pretty solid defence as well by the Hull Football Club. They're going up as a unit.
Ablett saw that Senior was a bit tight to the sideline on this near side, so just took a step infield. Here is Senior now, running laterally, then gets the ball away. Delaney.
Well, I think Keith Senior was hoping that Delaney would go back on the arc towards that far wing. He chose to go back in the inside. There were plenty of numbers to take care of him.
High kick from the boot of Rob Burrow. Oh, and it's coughed up to Carl Ablett, then knocked down by Sean Long.
They'll take head and feet, and it should be the Rhinos.
It is.
I think if Will Sharp could rewind here 30 seconds, he might not go for this ball in the manner that he did, unless, of course, that's what his coach wants him to do, contest for all the balls, but more than 20 metres from his own try line. He did have time and land on his side.
It wasn't the best kick. When he went about 10 metres forward.
It's a very difficult catch, though, that for Will Sharp over the top of another man, isn't it?
Scrum goes down, then it's Leeds head and feed, and it's with Sinfield, and here's Ben Jones-Bishop away from one. Willie Manu to the rescue with Danny Washbrook. Chance here for Leeds then, with Sinfield. Pops the ball up to Callum Watkins, brushes off one tackle, goes in between two. Houghton and Fitzgibbon hold him up. Badiras, Burrow to Ablett. Ablett to Ryan Hall, second try for Leeds. They're making hay down this left-hand side. And Ryan Hall, we featured him in the head-to-head against his opposite number, Tom Briscoe. A 4-year deal signed this week. He's at Leeds till 2014, at least. And Ryan Hall celebrates the new deal with a try that gives the Leeds Rhinos the lead back again.
A wonderful example of utilising the dummy runner and then missing him out with the pass. Here's the kick, which wasn't the best from Rob Burrow. The error came from Sharp. And after the scrum, they got themselves into position. What's the dummy runner here? Go in, Senior came through, Sharp had no option. He thought the old stager Keith Senior was going to get a football. Have a guess who gets it? This fella, Ryan Hall. That's a good TRY.
Yes, Ryan Hall, tremendous finisher, isn't he? A try against the Bulls last Sunday as well, on tour last autumn in Australia and New Zealand, but he only played against the Papua New Guineans for England in the Four Nations. Will be anxious to play in this year's Four Nations. Now then, Kevin Sinfield with the most difficult of angle. Just, what, half a metre in from the touchline on this near side as we watch. Watching him here head on, just behind the sticks. Has Sinfield brought his shooting boots with him tonight? Not with that one. It's wiped away. But it's 10-6 to Leeds.
Yisson, you know this guy inside out. The big fella, Keith Senior. When he's running and they utilise him as a dummy runner, it's very difficult for a winger to pick out who to go for.
Well, extremely difficult. What I do like, and the difference in Rob Burrows under Brian McDermott is he's actually taking the line on consistently in this game, and he did that as well last week. And when Rob Burrows takes the line and when he does actually do a passing play, defenders don't know what to do, because what you don't need as a big man is little Rob Burrows coming at you, and he's done that consistently in this game, and I hope it continues for him.
You mentioned Keith Senior, Steve-O. Remarkable when you think that Callum Watkins was 3 years old when Keith Senior made his debut. Incredible, isn't it? Down to Bill, we've got news of Kevin Sinfield, I think.
Yeah, Kevin Sinfield, one of the casualties. It's a bruising contest. Hull certainly, the message in the Hull camp was that they were going to step up their defensive effort tonight after the disappointment against Rovers, and it has been an aggressive defensive effort from FC, despite the fact they've conceded those tries. And they've got the bumps and bruises to show for it. Sinfield and Jamie Jones-Buchanan as well. Willa Haraki about to come on for his debut for the Rhinos. He's had to wait. He's been tangled up in red tape by courtesy of UK Border Agency. They've managed to get him free, and he's just about to come on the field.
There he is, Willa Haraki. Well known, of course, to Justin Harris. The Crusaders coach this year was obviously in the camp last year in Wrexham. Now the boss man, that's a good ball. Thought he got rid of that at one stage there.
It might have been a better option because Kirk Yeaman was streaming through a huge gap.
This is Long. Senior misses him. A couple of them miss him. Sinfield gets to him, but he still gets the ball away. Here is Whiting again. This time he pops the ball up to Sam Moa. Moa was looking for support.
Nobody there.
Houghton, good run, attacking the line, dabs it through.
Knock on.
Ben Jones-Bishop is there to clear up the danger anyway.
Great little run, wasn't it, from the hooker? He impresses me, this fella, Danny Houghton.
Justin, what will Willa Haraki bring to the Leeds Rhinos?
Well, he'll bring a lot of ferocity into the defensive qualities. He likes to get out the line and he likes to put a big shot on. But with the ball, he's got a great left foot step, comes back to the ruck a lot, and lots of opportunities in and around him, and he'll add to the quality of this Leeds side because he's got a great offload in his game as well. I was sorry to see him go from the Crusaders, so thanks for reminding me of it.
Sorry, Justin. I always like to make our guests night, you know that.
That
was forward. The referee has spotted it this time with the help of about 15,000 Hull voices around this ground.
Getting a little bit excited as well. Well, that's a third occasion that Leeds have just lost the plot slightly. They've had 3 forward passes. Only 1 has been detected.
There was a forward pass, in there, but it's nice to see players develop season from season, Eddie. Kyle Ablett's thrown a couple of nice passes tonight, one that's led to a try. And I guess the confidence perhaps that Brian McDermott's brought to Kyle Ablett is to say, look, you can catch and pass the ball. When the opportunity arises, I want to see you do it.
Here's Will Sharp. Under Brian McDermott at Harlequins last year. Fitzgibbon will drive it down the middle for the Black and Whites. Lost in the Challenge Cup tie here to Leeds, 24-48. Lost to Hull Kingston Rovers in the playoffs. Really performed when it mattered last year, the Black and Whites. That's what their supporters will tell you anyway. Richard Agar, he was pained during the close season, anxious to get this year underway to put matters right. Desperate for the win here tonight, the Black and Whites and their supporters. Long to Jordan Turner. Callum Watkins went for Yeaman and missed him, really. Good job there were some reinforcements behind him. It's the last tackle here. And a crossfield kick from Long. It's high, it's hanging. Oh, and I think that Keith Senior's offside.
Yeah, confusion reigning there.
They're taking it quickly, Hulk. Here they come. The ball was lost, says Ben Jones-Bishop. Referee was right on the spot. It's lost now.
Golden opportunity, gone astray as well. In a wonderful position, back on the inside. Oh, a good hit, though. He got the numbers there. He is disappointed, and every right to be as well.
Great pressure from Hull, but they just couldn't hang on.
The biggest problem
went without it.
The biggest problem for Richard Agar, it's very similar to what occurred last week in Cardiff, is that they're having to rely on virtually 1 man in the forward to do most of the defence. The skipper, Craig Fitzgibbon, he's done over 20 tackles already.
We did it, as I say, over 40-odd last week, Craig Fitzgibbon. You don't have a man like Craig Fitzgibbon in your side to be a tackling machine, Steve. I think you make that
did
point.
that last year. He was the top tackler for Hull in so many of the games last year.
But I mean, do you think that obviously there's nothing much he can do about it? What I'm saying is he's a lot more creativity in him than just being a tackling machine.
Well, from what people tell me, he's got the best engine in Hull. When they do any of the fitness tests, his heart and lungs go for longer than most of the others, so he's got the energy to do it.
Last. Move, Danny.
Probably saw that St Helens 28-6 against Salford at the Willows. Sinfield's kick is a bit long, but it bounces kindly for Whiting in the end. Down to Bill.
Bit more news on Brent Webb. He's still on the sidelines. He's had another go up and down the sidelines. Again, looked to the physio and said, no, it's just not working. And it's his knee that's not working. He's got a bang on it as a result of that earlier incident. And they're going to give it until half-time, but they're not sounding very optimistic. He's got a horrible gash on the inside of it as well. The doc says that's incidental. Didn't look very incidental to me. It looked very painful.
It's amazing, isn't it? The players with the knocks and the bumps, the bruises, the cuts, the stitches, they still want to get back out there if they possibly can. Anything for the team, anything for their teammates, anything for the cause.
In this cold weather, Eddie, you want to be out there getting your energy rather than sat down.
I'll say if he isn't going to take any further part in this game, he'd be wise to get inside, get a hot bath, hot shower, and get changed, get a coat on.
That was a beautiful little kick again from Danny Houghton. He's bossing things on there. Kick into the corner, the chase was good.
Now Ryan Hall, scorer of the try by which Leeds lead this match, 10-6, 6-2 half-time. Here's Kylie Luluwai, some big hits in early on. Did Luluwai, the Samoan international. Delaney, good job that they just released his legs then. It was Kurt Yeaman got him round the ankles. Sinfield gets it away to Ben Jones-Bishop. That was Wella Huraki. This is Ablett. Now it's Senior coming in. Great pass offloading. Huraki gives it to Ryan Hall. There's loads of support. Oh, it's forward, isn't it? The referee was banging line. Burrow, that was brilliant. That's a try for Leeds if it's given by video referee Ian Smith.
Tremendous stuff, but it looked as though there was a forward pass.
He was well positioned though, Silverwood.
He certainly was. You couldn't wish for a better position. Spot on as he got it down. Now then, ball carrying arm. Is he sliding? Has momentum stopped him? Is he still going? That's what they've got to decide. Ian Smith, the video referee. I think that's all in one action. Boyd deserved a TRY because the build-up was sensational. Quick hands.
There's the point of the ball there.
But it's still moving.
And Whiting again, the man all over him.
Tried his damnedest, didn't he? See the hand of Whiting, but I think the momentum's taken over. There's no chance of a double movement. This surely has to be given.
Ian Smith's version of events is all important. The try is given. Rob Burrow gets the touchdown, stretches the lead just before half-time, scored the try last week in Cardiff that sparked the Leeds Rhinos revival, and he's come up with the try here tonight that just edges them further ahead as we approach half-time. He's only too short of 150 now for Leeds.
10's all right.
Well, he's been in the doldrums for quite some time as Rob Barrow, maybe 12, 18 months. He's struggled to overcome injuries, but this is superb. Look at that inside pass. Oraki did the right thing. And watch the long ball here. And yes, you're right, Eddie. The referee was in a good position to see it all, but there's a couple of doubts about two of them. I thought there was only one. Never mind, it's on the scoreboard, and he's added the extra two.
He has. Kevin Sinfield makes it 16-6 to the Rhinos. And we're just a minute or two away from half-time. And Brian McDermott, his team got off to a winning start with the great escape in Cardiff, and they've carried it forward here at the KC Stadium tonight.
Well, anytime you see 10 passes thrown in a play of rugby league, it's pretty special. But when that results in a try with the support and awareness they've had, again, that has to be a try, a contender for try of the month at the very least. Outstanding play. It's the reason why Leeds have been so popular for people to watch. They can strike from anywhere with the speed and skill that they manage together.
Well, St Helens are running riot at the Willows, and Rob Burrow, the man on the ball now for the Leeds Rhinos, who you think he didn't make the autumn tour down under with England. Maybe his pride has taken a dent. He's had a good off-season with Leeds training and getting ready for this. He's come back in 2011 with a vengeance so far.
And I agree with Yiston. You know, the new coach, Brian McDermott, is obviously giving him a loose rein. Just say, do what you want, ask the questions, and boy, as he asked a few questions tonight, he certainly did in the second half down in Cardiff. He was a man that started the fight back, and he'll be very pleased indeed with that scoreline.
Just less than 3 minutes to half-time, and Leeds looking to really force their advantage home. 16-6 at the moment. Burrow, Sinfield, ball inside to Ablett. Good hands, gentle hands from Sinfield.
Move on the line.
Badiris waits at dummy half. He'll attack the line, gives it to Big Ian Kirk. Kirk couldn't get the ball away, couldn't plonk it down over the line either. Badiris, oh, it's a shaky pass, but well picked up by Wella Huraki.
Move, Craig! Line! Go!
Badiris to Ablett, back it goes to Sinfield, good hit, great defence.
Yeah, picked him out of Human, did not miss.
Last one here, Ablett dabs it to the in-goal area. They'll get another set of 6 to end the half. Whiting once again.
What an effort from the fullback.
He's a man on a mission tonight.
Is he ever? Well, it has to be, hasn't he? Didn't take any chances, did the right thing, was being pressurised.
Callum Watkins was hunting, but Richard Whiting going for safety, so Leeds will get another set of 6.
Be interesting to see whether Brian McDermott sends out the message. Say, look, if you're getting anywhere near, maybe the 1 pointer may be the option.
Play on.
Lee Smith gives it to Luluai, drives it in. Picked out Mark O'Mealy, who picked him out as well, and Fitzgibbon. Knock on.
Yep.
Knock on. Big hit by Fitzgibbon and O'Mealy.
Yeah, the old marbles were still spinning around, and that's why I lost control as far as I'm concerned. Boy, O'Mealy didn't half get to him. Well spotted yet again by Richard Silverwood. He's on the ball. Must have a golden whistle.
Minute away from half-time. John Wells has been watching the action for us here tonight. We'll have his half-time analysis when we come back to the KC Stadium after the break at half-time. This is Danny Tickle now.
I think the black and whites will be quite happy just to close this game down in the first half, not do anything silly.
Well, it's 30 seconds and 3 tackles.
Will they opt for the high kick?
Gives it to Long, and Long attacks the line, gets through the first line of defence. The reinforcements arrive just in Leeds territory here as he plays the ball. This is Washbrook. Last tackle now. 10 metres inside the Leeds half of the field. Long just drifts the little kick behind the defence. Oh, well flicked back by Sinfield to Ben Jones-Bishop, and Ben Jones-Bishop's away. Ben Jones-Bishop's going to score for Leeds. Right on the stroke of half-time, and they've turned defence into attack with a vengeance. Ben Jones-Bishop, hat-trick last week. Another man with a 4-year deal in the bank. All last year at Quins with McDermott, and Brian McDermott is absolutely purring about this man. Only 22 years of age, about to take Super League by the scruff of the neck, and he's certainly taken Leeds by the scruff of the neck here.
Well, it was a very poor option as far as I'm concerned by Sean Long. If you're going to apply the pressure and get the cobby wobbles around, is get the ball high, give them a chance, and soon as this guy got it, it was going to be, let's go, boys. What a wonderful tap back by Kevin Sinfield. He went in first gear, second, third. He's in overdrive. He knew he has the legs. I said before the game that this youngster, along with Callum Watkins, will be a sensation in Super League this season. He had to step in and out, and then got it in to top gear.
What a little tap back, I mentioned it was soft hands from Sinfield earlier on in attack, and that was really something special from Sinfield as well that opened the gate for him. And Sinfield has missed with the conversion. But Leeds leave the scene here at the KC Stadium at half-time with a 20-6 advantage. They struck first in the second minute with Brent Webb, who's off injured. There's Ben Jones-Bishop, the man in your screen, who's just scored right on the stroke of half-time. In between the Brent Webb try, we had one from Hall, one from Burrow, and Marco Mealy had responded on the quarter of an hour for Hull, who have made a contest of this. But Leeds in attack, when they're in the mood, and they lead 20 points.